The Rebel Collective Podcast.
How are we all doing, folks? Coach here. Welcome to the Rebel Collective Podcast. We're going to be putting out a podcast on YouTube. It was the fourth podcast we had, and it was with Keith Murray, who's the frontman of the Glasgow Irish rebel band, the Jakes. So it was great to have Keith down, one of my best friends. Always good for a giggle. So we're putting this up on YouTube a bit. This was recorded maybe about 2 years ago, so a couple of the questions might be a wee bit dated, but we're throwing it out there anyway. Really hope you enjoy it.
Hi Keith.
Evening.
How are we today?
Excellent.
Looking forward to it?
Just getting it done.
No.
Getting out of the way.
One of those things you just need to do.
Aye, basically.
So go back to the very beginning. Where did you first pick up a guitar?
My brother had a guitar. It was a wee Hofner semi-electroacoustic that he'd been playing for years and years and years. He got really good at it really quickly. I used to sit and listen to him playing it, and I thought, fuck it, I could give that a try as well. So, taught myself a couple of chords, you know, the usual G, C, D, learnt Wonderwall, and, you know, it went to there.
Started off at Wonderwall?
No, it would actually have been earlier than that. I think it would have been 96. You're talking about, so it would have been something about Ocean Colour Scene or something, you know.
Right, okay. Did you always fancy yourself as a singer, or did you always sing?
I've sang since a very young age. I was actually classically trained singer when I was at school. I did a bit of training with the Scottish National Orchestra for about 6 years. I was a boy soprano before my balls dropped.
Right, okay. Moving on swiftly. Can you remember your first time performing? Or would that have been the first time actually singing with the orchestra?
Well, but I think if you go back to sort of singing this kind of music, it used to be Saturday afternoon sessions in Falcher, where Big Francie Breen would be singing. You know, he'd come in and do a 2-hour gig, he'd sing for about 25 minutes. And what used to happen was he started, you know, getting me up to sing. It happened to one of the barmaids. She had said to him one day, you know, I didn't really know him, and she said to him, you know, he'd let you get up and sing, but he heard my name wrong. He heard my name as Nathan. And then they used to go, and I was in there every week, and for the first 4 or 5 weeks, he used to say, never going to get Nathan up to sing. And that was it. And then it became too late for me to say to him, that's not my name. You know, it was like, it got to that stage. And then eventually what would happen was Frank would, the breaks would get longer. Do you mean? So he'd come on, do half an hour, and then I'd end up doing half an hour. He'd be away, he'd come back, maybe do another 20 minutes, then I'd get up for another couple of songs at the end. It was looking at a Gary Old gig eventually.
Or the big massive breaks. What age were you roughly when that? Because you were a wee touch older.
I was later starting.
Aye.
I didn't. I mean, I would have been 26,
Right.
27 maybe even when I started doing. No, 26. Let's see when I started doing that. That went on probably for about 3 or 4 months, and I thought maybe I could start gigging. You know, I felt like I had enough songs to get through a gig.
Okay, then the Jakes began, or did you play solo before that?
No, I think I did one solo gig. One solo gig, but then the Jakes had began, I think you know, as well.
I feel like a bit of a dick asking
I know, exactly. Why are you asking me this? Why are you asking me this?
So how were the Jakes formed then?
Well, I mean, you know yourself. It started as a drunken idea that we said we would like to start. Maybe we should do gigs, you know, as a two-piece. We were going to be like a 20 years younger crooked reel. Me and the guitar, you on the bass. And we just decided we just get a wee bit together, and then that kind of snowballed. I think we did one gig in a snooker club on Paisley Road West for a supporters club. Cushions, aye. We did that in there. It was just like a Saturday afternoon gig we did in there, and then we decided we'd try and put like an actual 4-piece together. So we went round Beg, Stole and Borrowed. We got in Eamon, who's now playing with the Wakes on the drums, and then Big Sean Lyons for the Exiles. He came and played with us as well for that first gig. Then I think at the time Gary wasn't doing as many band gigs. At the time I think he was away quite a bit, so we kind of had Sean as a kind of full-time member for probably about the first 6 to 9 months. We had Sean there basically full-time, which was unbelievable for somebody who was just starting it, to have somebody like Sean. He's been there, seen it, done it, you know.
So talk us through it just starting. We used to practice in Dirty Nellies.
We used to we used to go into Dirty Nellies with a couple of bottles of bucky, and then we used to
Speaking of bucky,
aye, we got into Dirty Nellies, couple of bottles of bucky, 40 fags, and then just basically, sit and try and rattle out some songs.
can you remember the first song we ever wrote together, Keith?
We didn't write. Oh, I do remember the first song we wrote. Aye, the first song we wrote. It started out as a bit. I guess we started out as a bit of a piss take.
It was a bit of a piss take.
It was a bit of,
it was
starting up. We thought, right, we'll do this. The Wakes hadn't long become the Wakes. They'd been Murphy's Law, and they became the Wakes, and we had this kind of jokey, jokey rivalry with them. Mainly the Fingers and Chris Cruikshank. And so we decided, we'd been sitting there talking, because remember we had been sitting there trying to decide on a name for ages. We said, what do we call ourselves? And then one of our pals came up and said, why do you not call yourself the Jakes? It's just to take the mickey out it. Which the two of us instantly went like, that's brilliant. So we thought, we'll have it for that as a couple of months. So there's a video, and it'll still be there somewhere. It'll be on an old phone in somebody's house where we wrote a song and we recorded it just on a video about how we were going to do very violent things to Fingers and Chris Cruikshank.
Would it be wrong to get a guitar out and do it?
It would be very wrong to do it again, aye.
Is that for another day?
Aye, in these days of inciting hatred and all that sort of stuff, it would be inciting Wakes-based hatred. So we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that now.
Just so you all know, these boys we're our pals.
They're very dear friends. They're very dear friends. I mean, of course, Chris and Fingers play with us now, so it's they're good guys. But it was just, let's say, we did it as a bit of a laugh. The first gig we did in Falkshire, we did a bit of a Mickey take as well, where I wore Wakes t-shirts with the Wakes crossed out with red tape, and did that. But they were there. They came to the gig. I think Paul had tried to organise a walkout halfway through the gig just to wind us up, but folk were enjoying it too much.
Paul's a previous guest on the show as well. So I don't think he's too bothered.
His podcast was very good.
Yeah. So the Jakes over the years, they kind of became like a sort of cat and dog home for stream musicians.
Yep, definitely.
Very Spinal Tap-esque.
Aye, we'll take anybody.
So what's the lineup at the minute?
Lineup at the minute is me, you. We've got Sean O'Neill, the drummer. He's like a champion Cayley drummer. Mm-hmm. He's no long joined us after Graham, the previous drummer. He left us after about 7 years.
Right.
But Sean's excellent. He brings something different to what we've done. And then we've got Fingers, and then on a when he can be bothered basis, Chris Cruikshank plays with us as well. But he's there most of the time. He is there most of the time.
Do you think chopping and changing musicians over the years, it's kind of affected the playing, or?
Well, I don't think it's so much chopping and changing musicians. I think it's the fact that we haven't practiced since the first week that Graham joined us 7 years ago. If we need to do new songs, all we do is we just say on the stage, right, what do you know it? Kinda, aye.
Just make sure I can see your hand.
Aye, exactly. Then 3 weeks later, and we've done it 3 times, it's usually alright. So it probably has affected it. We haven't had a settled lineup, but it's not. I mean, it's not so much. We're not out on tour like other bands are. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're more the ones that kind of keep the home fires burning when they're away playing elsewhere.
Yeah.
We've got, I don't know, kind of jobs here, and probably more responsibilities here than other ones might have that can go away and do, like say, the news this summer. So a lot of bands are away doing the summer seasons in Spain. And, it's not something we would ever do.
Right, okay, just to stop talking about the Jakes, can you remember your biggest gig you've ever done? Or maybe it was with the Jakes, I don't know.
No, it wasn't actually. It was about 6 months in. Actually, it was a solo one.
Yeah.
And it was Barcelona. It was when Celtic went over there for I think it was a UEFA Cup quarter-final. Or UEFA Cup game, and it was in the March. And I went over there, and it was saying, they got a phone call saying, can you come and do the fan zone? And it was on the same, who was playing it? It was Crooked Reel, Bible Code Sundays, me, Charlie Devlin was there. I'll tell you about him, and it was brilliant. And then there was some local band that they were bringing on. It was just like 2 guys with guitars and a woman that were singing. I think they said they were expecting about 1,500 people. I think they said it ended up it was 3,000 people we played to. I went on at about 5 in the afternoon, so let's say there was about 4,000 people there, and it was just brilliant, seeing was so many people there, 5,000 people. It was just sort of, getting out there, shitting myself, playing every song at 90 mile an hour. Charlie Devlin comes on, do you know what I mean? He's playing there, and then of course, 6,000 people, coach, were playing at this point.
You shitting yourself.
Oh, ridiculous! Absolutely ridiculous. I think I can't remember what I started with, but we were told keep it clean. Keep it clean. There's 7,000 people here. Do you know what I mean? So, we're just standing going, how does this happen? I've only been playing gigs. I've only done Saturday afternoons in Falcha at this point, and the odd gig in Molly Malone's. So, they're saying, right, remember, keep it clean, no rebel songs, nothing like that. Charlie Devlin comes on stage, 8,000 people, and what he does is he comes on first line, Boys Old Brigade. It was just like that, fucking game over. Game over. So he's like that to me, back on. Got to about, I think it was about maybe 2 hours before kick-off, and he said, we're going to get the local band who was supposed to be the headline band. I think they got it all the wrong way around. They started off with the Bible Code Sundays. They should have been on a lot later. So 2 hours before kick-off, 9,000 people there. Right, and what they're doing is, they're saying, here's this local band, and they come on, and the first song they play is that Valerie, the fucking Amy Winehouse version, and the place just sort of goes, 10,000 people go like that. Fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? So, so Charlie Devlin stormed the stage again, grabbed me, stormed the stage, we went up, just took the guitars off them, back on, Boys Old Brigade again, and up it went, 11,000 folk just gone mental. It was great, it was brilliant, it was absolutely brilliant. So that's the biggest one we've ever done, or I've ever done, and I don't think I've played as many as that before. I think other than that it's been, maybe the odd big function when there's been about 800-900 people, but that day kind of set you up, and it shows you, do you know what I mean? Playing to 15,000 people, it's just, it kind of...
It's a big gig, Keith.
It was a big gig,
That's how talented you are, though.
Exactly, that's it. I mean, you don't get to play to 25,000 people very often in your career, do you know what I mean?
No.
So it's, I don't know.
The Jakes are, I don't want to say unprofessional.
I would definitely say we're unprofessional.
Certainly a lot more laid back.
Aye.
Why do you think that is?
Because you don't give a fuck, basically.
It seems to be a great laugh when somebody makes a mistake.
We do. I mean, it's the only one I've seen. I've seen my brother plays in a lot of bands, and I've seen him storm off stages because people have hit a bummer. Do you know what I mean? If it was to do that, they wouldn't get through the first song with us. I mean, we've got the yellow card system when we play now, which Chris Cruikshank introduced.
Yeah.
Which is the kind of, you can see whenever somebody makes a bummer, it's usually me.
I'd say I can talk.
Four folk on stage with imaginary yellow cards. Book 'em, ref, book 'em. But I don't know. I think it's more the way I see it is it's about having fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if that, I wouldn't say we're unprofessional as such. I would say we got there and we embrace what happens on the stage. I mean, if somebody makes a bummer, I've always said it, if people can see you're having fun when you're playing, then it tends to come across to them. So I think it's like if we're up there laughing, we're always getting pulled up for the manager and Molly's. He's always saying, there's always at least one song where you burst into the giggles in the middle of a song, and it's because it's usually because I've put dirty words into a song, or somebody's hit a really bad wrong note.
Aye. But I think the lesson that we learned here is pick up the harmonica. And you can't hit a bum.
You can't hit a bum with the harmonica.
See, fingers was a smart one, right there.
Aye, fingerless you can, because I mean, let's face it. What other instrument can you give where it tells you the key that you're playing on the instrument?
Sorry, fingers. So what's going on with Keith Murray at the minute? Apart from being knee deep in nappies and
apart from that, I mean, now it's kind of quiet at the moment. We keep on saying we're going to record. We keep on threatening to record something. We've never ever done it.
This is my next question. Actually, is there any
plans?
It right? Okay. Is there any plans for recording?
Right, we keep on saying we're going
I'd like to know as well.
I mean, there definitely are. I think it is the case that we'll have a bit of time to do that in the future, and I think we definitely need to start doing it. But just now we're just kind of carrying on with with the gigs as they're coming. We're just bookings around about Glasgow. We're not really travelling very far. Started playing a wee bit further afield through because we get mates running pubs in Stirling and stuff like that now, but it is still kind of very Glasgow based.
Right, just to finish off this wee section, where could people see you play?
Malone's, Sucky Hall Lane. Usually I'm there maybe 2-3 times a month.
You've got the Sunday afternoon one as well. Actually, what's that again?
No, Celtic AM. It's usually like before Celtic games. What happens is it's run by Andrew Milne from More Than 90 Minutes, the fanzine. Basically what happens is it's a kind of 3 hour thing before a Celtic home game where he gets guests in to speak. In between it, do a couple of songs. It's usually good. I mean, it's usually mobbed out. It's a really good thing that they've started doing in there. Free bacon rolls and tea. If you go, it's a good setup.
How lovely.
I know, it's very civilised. It is very civilised. But just the usual places round about Glasgow. Malone's, Molly Malone's when it reopens. It's shut just now because of the fire in Victoria's. St Vincent's Irish Rover. So it's basically that. It's solo and band gigs. And Kelly's as well. Obviously, we do most of his pubs. And they're usually just you and I that do them.
Right. Okay, I've asked you to bring along 3 songs that influenced you along the way. Sorry. So what's your first song?
The Body of an American by the Pogues.
And the Yanks they were within, and the Tinker boys they hissed advice, but were without ken. When we turned and shook as we heard a look in a room where the dead man lay. So big Jim Dwyer made his last trip to the shores where his fathers lay. 15 minutes later, we had our first taste of whiskey.
Why this song?
It was probably one of the first Pogues songs that I heard that really kind of got me somewhere. It's one of, you'd always heard the Irish Rover and, the songs like that had been the popular ones. This was one which wasn't in the charts. They didn't go to the top of the pops to the Body of an American. But this was one when you just heard it. It's a classic McGowan song. It's got everything. That intro. That nice sweet flute intro. Yeah. Which then starts off. Bit of storytelling. Then it just gets raucous, like your classic Pogue song. And then at the end, it hits you with this amazing verse as well. At the end, this morning in the harbour when I said goodbye to you, just a lovely sweet verse thrown in it. So it's like a McGowan song that's got everything. I think it just kind of encapsulates Shane McGowan into one song. Everything.
See, the Pogues, I know this is it the third or the fourth time it's came up? Definitely the third time anyway they've been picked.
Probably, aye.
In the podcast. What do you think it is about the Pogues that makes them kind of so popular with the Glasgow Irish scene anyway?
Well, I think they strike a nerve. If you ever go to a Pogues gig here, then you just see what they mean to the Glasgow Irish.
Yeah.
The gigs are absolutely fucking wild. People go, it's not so much a gig, it's a gathering. Do you mean it's like a shared identity? The Pogues have influenced, I would say, every single Irish band that's played in Glasgow. Without a shadow of a doubt.
It's possibly one of the most influential then.
I'd say probably outside probably the Wolf Tones.
Aye.
Then I would say they probably are. Aye.
Do you feel the Jakes have copied the Pogues a wee bit?
A wee bit?
I feel a bit stupid asking.
I would say it's yourself.
Aye.
We have been an absolute rip-off at some points. Right up to the times when I've got that pished playing that I've fell over monitors and fallen off stages and stood singing whole songs a foot away from the microphone at the side. Had to be put through, had to be put back in front of the microphone, standing playing one chord the whole way through a song that had about 40 chords in it. That sort of thing.
Did anybody care?
Nobody cared. And that's what happens at a Pogues gig. I went to a Pogues gig once for Shane didn't turn up. Nobody cared. It still just went mental.
Who sang that night?
I think they just took it turns. Took it turns, aye.
You could have filled in, Keith. You fill in for every other band.
That's true. Pogues are about the only ones I haven't played with.
Right, your second song.
Second song was the Patriot Game, and it's a specific version of it. It's the Ray McAreevy and the Wolfhound version.
Come all ye young rebels, and list while I sing. For the love of one's country is a beautiful thing. It banishes fear with the speed of a flame, and it makes us all part of the Patriot game. My name is O'Hanlon, my age is 16. My home is in Monaghan, that's where I was weaned.
I mean, I just think the reason behind this one is it was one of the first. It was on the first Rebel tape that I owned back when I'd been about maybe 11 or 12.
Right.
I had a tape that was just a mix of Rebel songs. You know, so it had all the usual ones. It had Boys Old Brigade and Sean South and everything, and then this in the middle of it. And whenever I used to put it on, I always remember it's like a very vivid memory for that time. Like in the winter, I would always come home from school, and if I was a lazy wee shite when I was a boy, I used to come home from school and go into my bed for a couple of hours, you know, in the winter, dark, and I used to put the tape on, and it was just a wee tape player I had. I used to have it under the covers with, and that song, you know, it was always, come on, you know, it's dead gentle, you know, his voice is just unbelievable. Fingers always says, you know, Willie Nelson's got the perfect voice for a hangover. Ray McAreeby's got that kind of thing as well. She's got a dead soothing kind of voice. Even now, when I listen to the song, I mean, it's fantastic now you get Spotify, you know, because the days of CDs and what have you all died out. That it's on Spotify, that song, and you can put it on, and it's one of those songs that even now, 30 years later nearly, you know, I can still listen to it, and every single time I still hear something different in that song. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable version of it. And I think it's mostly his voice that does it, and then you've got the whistles in the background, which are really, really quiet. You know, sometimes you have to really listen to pick them out. It's dead intricate. It's just a really, really lovely version of it.
Incidentally, this is the first time somebody's picked an Irish Rebel song for this section.
Is that
of the
right?
podcast. Aye, yeah,
It is, in fact, I'm thinking, nice what it is, aye.
A lot of kind of political songs.
Fucking big country. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry, wait to see my next song. That's going to fucking knock into left field, innit?
We'll come to that in a few minutes.
YMCA.
Right, so obviously you've picked a beautiful ballad, and I know for one or two other projects, and just for knowing you quite well, you like your ballads.
I love my ballads.
Do you see yourself being a wee bit more at home as a balladeer? As opposed to the band? Be careful here, by the way.
Well, no, I don't. I mean, for the simple reason is that the pubs you play in, you can't really be.
Yeah,
You can't really be a balladeer in the gigs that we do. Do you know what I mean? Maybe because we do more nighttime gigs in pubs where there's a big crowd. They're wanting a band.
Yeah.
You know, so they're wanting that bigger sound. You know, the solo gigs. Aye, fair enough. I'll throw more ballads in then. You know, but. I think in a perfect world you would get, I mean, not in a perfect world, but you'd maybe get the sort of the folk clubs doing, you know, more nights for our type of music where people do go along and sit and it's a quiet listening environment, you know, rather than the kind of St. Sean South, that sort of environment, which I love. I mean, don't get me wrong, I fucking love that environment.
Yeah.
When you can throw in a song and you see people going mental when you're singing it, and you get the full floor up dancing and that. I love that. But I suppose in a way that maybe balladeers, maybe it is for
Quite fancy
as
yourself,
I'm getting a bit old. I'm not getting any younger.
Ah, that's true.
You know,
there's one or two wee greys up
there
there.
is more than one or two. You should see my pubes.
Moving on swiftly. Okay, we're coming to your third and final
This is
song.
great. I can't wait for this because you were shocked at this one. Remember you asked me about this?
Is everybody sitting down? I'm still not convinced it's not a piss take, but what's your third song?
It's not a piss take. It's not a piss take. It's a song by Crowded House called Fall at Your Feet.
I'm really close tonight, and I feel like I'm moving inside her, lying in the dark, and I think that I'm beginning to know her. Let it go, I'll be there when you call, and whenever I fall at
Right, and the reason behind it is, again, when I was back learning the guitar, you'll remember them for the mid-90s, used to get these play every song by the Charlatans in 3 chords. You know what I mean? I had loads of those books as I was learning how to play the guitar, you know, Charlatans, Ocean Colour Scene, Oasis, Shed 7, every kind of Britpop band that you would have. But when I was growing up, I loved Crowded House. My brother, who's about 4 or 5 years older than me, he absolutely loved them. It was on in the house all the time, so it just kind of gets embedded into your brain, so I loved them. I thought I'd kind of like to learn to play a couple of their songs. And I went and I bought one of their books. I couldn't find a 3-chord book for Crowded House. So I bought the real one, the real book, and it soon became fucking apparent why you couldn't get a 3-chord book for their songs, because some of them were a nightmare to play. And what it was, basically what happened with the Crowded House songs was, you know, I'm looking into it and I'm looking at these things that say in the key of E flat. You know, you're thinking, what the fuck does that mean? You know, and you're just looking at it. And there's no internet in those days. There was no Guitar Tab universe where you can go on, if you can get a song, you can instantly transpose it into something that you're wanting to play it in. You know, at the back of the book, there was a chart and it showed you where to put a capo. And again, I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck's a capo? You know, so I went and I got a capo, and, you know, my brother showed me how to use it and stuff. And it got me using a capo. And then what it got is it got me playing in different keys. And it taught me that, you know, if there's a song here, you don't need to play everything in G. I mean, you don't need to play every song in C. You can move things about to suit your voice as well. Yeah. So it was more to do with that. I could have picked any Crowded House song, but that was the first one I actually cracked for that book, and because it was probably the easiest one. You know, it was A minor, C, F, and G. Right. Okay. You know, at the end up when I finally worked out what the chords actually meant. So it could have been anything. You know, so that's more to that. It's not my favourite song. You know, but it's just, it was one of the ones that when you say an influence on me, it's just one of those things I kind of feel, if I'm putting it down on record, you know, the songs have been an influence, I've kind of got to give it the
okay,
the recognition.
Your one is over.
I probably haven't.
I went all these cool bands, you know, the Clash,
there you go.
Tom Waits, the Pogues.
I went middle of the road. I went middle of the road. I don't care. I've seen them about 4 or 5 times as well.
You see, I've known you a long time, and
you didn't know that. You
no,
said that to me.
Once,
you said that to me. Where did Crowded House come from? And I had to tell you, I've seen them loads of times. You went, I don't believe you.
I'm still.
There you
I
go.
suppose I believe you now.
There you go. I've got a very eclectic taste. Yeah. That's the thing. I don't mind admitting I've got loads of guilty pleasures. You know, you want to see some of my Spotify playlists. You know, they're weird, absolutely weird. I was listening to Ace of Base the other day.
I saw the sign.
No, that one. I always have, I always will. Motown, Swedish Motown. Cut that bit out, Chris.
I don't think that's going anywhere.
I know. Oh, boys. That was one of the songs I was going to sing as well.
Right. Time for the pop quiz.
Woo.
Pop quiz. Pop quiz.
Pop music.
Right.
You can't get it as a jingle.
I think we should have a wee jingle for
I
this
think you should
one,
have
in all
jingles.
honesty.
I think jingles would really set this podcast off.
Paul Sheridan kind of started with a wee pop quiz, and I think something like that would maybe work a wee bit better.
Get him to record it.
Anyway, so pop quiz.
Aye.
Why this type of music over other genres?
I mean, I think it's just... I think like I was saying about the Pogues, it's like an identity, this kind of music. You know, so people, when they come to a gig to see, you know, a band that's playing Irish folk music, rebel music, they're coming out to sing along, they're coming out to, you know, they're coming out to have an experience, right, rather than just going to see a band. You know, so I think it's, you kind of, you're tapping into a culture, you're tapping into an identity, which is very strong in Glasgow. So I think it's, you know, I think music is the big focal point for the Irish Republican scene. So I think it's definitely why I would choose to play this music.
Do you have a favourite rebel / political band?
Band?
Yeah.
Or
solo singer.
I mean, growing up, it was always and I don't want to say it too much, you know, because he's already struggling to get his head out the door. But Eirog was, you know, when I was a lad of 16 years. Eirog, grew up with the Wolf Tones as well. It was always the sort of the two that you would listen to. Eirog and the Wolf Tones were the CDs that everybody had.
Do you have a favourite rebel / political song?
A Nation once again.
Right.
Aye. Easily. Best chorus in a rebel song. Ever written. Won the best song. Was it the best song ever written on a BBC Radio 2 poll? Fair enough, it was completely hijacked by people voting for it, as a joke, but I see the point stands.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Pushing 50? Jesus.
It's a scary thought, actually.
It is a scary thought. I mean, ideally still doing it. Coach, you'll be, I don't know what will happen to you. I don't know where you'll be in 10 years. Where do you think you're going to be in 10 years?
Probably standing beside you.
I was going to say, because that is the big question here, because it is going to be, but wherever I am in 10 years, the chances are you're going to be there as well.
Aye.
So I think that's the big one. Where are we going to be in 10 years, Coach? Probably here.
Aye. Again.
Probably here podcasting some sort of nonsense to nobody.
So what's going on musically at the minute with Keith Murray?
Musically,
we've kind of covered this, I suppose. Isn't it?
Aye, but we have kind of covered it. But just now we're just kind of playing away. You and I are doing quite a bit.
The two-piece
stuff. The two-piece stuff. Aye. I mean, I think we've tried to kind of branch it out, but it's not just the guitar and bass. Get you more onto the guitars. So it can be more melodic. But what we'll do is, I think we're just going to keep going with that. The band gigs are still going. We're doing a couple of things for Fans Against Criminalisation in the near future. I think there's a big gig coming up quite soon in the Strathclyde Junior Union that we are playing at. So that's coming up as well, which is quite exciting. To get involved with something like that's fantastic. The work they've done. Because I think with the way the government was going, it was going to set the sort of the Irish community in Glasgow and Scotland back years with the way they were going. So the work they've done has just been absolutely sensational. So the fact that we can be involved in it and do something with them, then that's just brilliant.
Okay, last question, which we've kind of spoke about, but I think we should maybe set a deadline here. Is there any plans for recordings or new material?
Jesus.
Let's set a deadline.
Let's put it down on record so that people have to let's so that we're fucking tied in. Let's have an album out for next week, Coach. No, I think this year definitely we're going to get something done this year. Now we've got Sean in, and we've got a kind of settled lineup. Then what we'll do is we'll get something doing, because what we're doing, I think we've talked about it in the past. We don't want to do just another Rebel album. There are songs in there that have been recorded so many times that there's nothing we can do that's going to improve on them. So I think I would rather do something that's maybe a wee bit more left field that hasn't maybe been done before. Not writing, I'm not going to be writing anything, because I think like I've always said, you've either got it or you don't with writing, and I definitely don't. I definitely don't. Paul Sheridan's got it with the Wakes. Big Sean had it with the Exiles, with the Immigrants stuff that he did. But it's something I definitely don't. So it'll be something, but maybe if we do like a kind of themed album, maybe something for sort of different time, do something for 1798, it's maybe not as been done as much, something like that, would probably be a wee bit more interesting. But what we do is I definitely want to get it done this year and get something out, and then potentially do a rebrand.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's us, we're tied in now. So
aye, that's it. Well done, you bastard. You've made me do some work now.
So you've brought along a couple of songs to perform for us at our wee live lounge session.
Yep.
What's your first song?
First song is a song by Richard Thompson. It's called Beeswing. It's a song we do every gig, and it always goes down well. I think everybody seems to enjoy that song, so I'll give that one a bash.
I was 18 when I came to town. They call it the summer of love. Burning babies, burning flags, the hawks against the doves. I took a job at the steam-inn down in Caldroom Street, and I fell in love with the laundry girl working next to me. Brown hair zigzagged around her face, a look of half surprise, a fox caught in the headlights, there was animal in her eyes. She said to me, "Can't you see I'm not the factory kind? You don't take me out of here, I'll lose my mind." She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine her breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, "So long as there's no price in love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way." We busked around the market town, Truthick and down in Kent. We could tinker pots and pans and knives wherever we went. We were camping down the Gower and the work was mighty good. She wouldn't wait for the harvest, but I thought we should. I said to her, "We'll settle down, we'll get a few acres dug, with a fire burning in the hearth, babbies on the rug." She said, "Oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You might be lord of half the world, you're not on me as well." She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine her breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, "So long as there's no price in love, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way." We were drinking more in those days, our tempers reached a pitch. A fool let her run away when she took the rambling itch. The last I heard, she's living rough back in the Derby beat. A bottle of White Horse in her pocket, a wolfhound at her feet. They say that she got married once to a man called Romany Brown. Even the gypsy caravan was too much like settling down. They say her roses faded, rough weathers and hard booze. Maybe that's the price you pay for the change you refuse. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, and I miss her more than ever words can say. If I could just taste all of her wildness now, if I could hold her in my arms today, I wouldn't want her any other way. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine her breath of wind might blow her away. And just taste all of her wildness now, if I could hold her in my arms today, I wouldn't want you any other way.
And the second song you've brought along for us?
Second song, it's a song by Phil Chevron, and it's called Faithful Departed. It's the most famous version of it, it's by Christy Moore. But it's a Phil Chevron song. It's one of these classic Phil Chevron songs that you can tell is his a mile away if you know his music. Very wordy. Hope I can remember all the words.
You couldn't last week,
I couldn't last week, I know, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
This graveyard hides a million secrets. The trees know more than they can tell. The ghosts of the saints and the scholars will haunt you in heaven or in hell. Rattle like the glimmer man, the bogeyman, the holy man, living in the shadows of a gunman. Rattle like the coppers in your greasy till. Rattle till the time stood still. Look over your shoulder, hear the school bell ring. Another day and made to measure history. I don't care if you're heroes of wings, your terrible beauty's been torn. Faithful departed, be the meek-hearted, as you are now, so once were we. Faithful departed, we fickle-hearted, with graces imparted, bring flowers to thee. The girls in the kips proclaimed a love for you. When you stumbled and they knew you had a shilling or two, they cursed you on Sundays and holy days when you went away. As you slept there, a naked light bulb hid your shame. The shadows in the wall took all the blame. The Sacred Heart picture with compassion in his eyes drummed out the river's side. Let the grass grow green over the brewery tonight. It'll never come between the darkness and light. There is no pain that can't be eased by the devil's holy water and the rosary beads. Faithful departed, we the meek-hearted, as you are now, so once were we. Faithful departed, we the meek-hearted, graces imparted, bring flowers to thee. You're a history book I never could write, poetry and paralysis too deep to recite. Dress yourself, bless yourself, you've won the fight. We're going to celebrate tonight. We'll even climb the pillar like you always meant to. Watch the sunrise over the strands. Close our eyes and we'll pretend could somehow be the same again. I'll bury you right so the sun doesn't blind you. You won't have to dream of the rain and the stars. Sleep and dream of chapels and bars and whiskey in the jar. Faithful departed, look what you started, as you are now, so once were we. Faithful departed, there's no broken-hearted and no more tristesse in a world without ends.
Thanks very much for tuning in, folks. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to give us a like or a follow on social media. Just search for the Rebel Collective on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. A special thanks to Keith Murray. Appreciate that, Keith.
Very welcome.
For being our fourth guest on the show, and tune in next month when we have Gary Ogg. Promises to be a great show. Thanks again for tuning in. Speak to you next month.
One even fair as the sun was shining.
This podcast is sponsored by Kelly's Bar, Oswald Street, Glasgow. Live Irish music every week from your favourite singers and bands. Check out the Kelly's social media page for more information.
By your side you surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom.
The Rebel Collective Podcast.